Hey everybody, it's Sam. I will be talking about cases, I believe that's how you say it, model of sexual orientation, identity formation out of our student development and college book. There are 6 stages, and there's also a pre-stage, and this talks about people's perception and behavior, moving through minimal awareness to and the acceptance or of a gay or lesbian identity to a final stage where the lesbian identity is integrated with others aspects of the self. And this was a study done on males and females in Australia. And unlike some of the theories that we've learned about, where you can be in multiple stages at one time or vectors, whatever the terminology is for that particular theory. This one, if I read it correctly, you have to complete each stage before moving on to the next one. So for the first stage, technically the pre-stage 1, is when you perceive yourself as heterosexual and you recognize that this is a preferred state of being. But then when you, the first step, the actual first step, stage, is identifying confusion, and that there's the first awareness where you could be labeled or be considered gay or lesbian. And some of the traits that you could feel are curiosity, confusion, and anxiety. The second stage is identity comparison, and this is where you're accepting the possibility that you might be gay or lesbian. The third one is identity tolerance, where you seek out other gay and lesbian people. That way you can potentially reduce the feeling of isolation. And for stage 4, identity acceptance, clearly gay or lesbian, but case also notes that the person's inner sense of self is still tenuous. I think I said that right, really bad at pronouncing some words. And then they later say that some people are not always as comfortable as coming out as others. And then for the 5th stage, identity pride, where they focus on gay and lesbian issues and activities and minimize contact with heterosexuals. And for the final stage, stage 6, identity synthesis, gay, lesbian, and heterosexual worlds are less, I'm not sure how to say the word, but it's divided or opposed, and individuals judge each other based on their personal qualities rather than solely on the basis of their sexual identity. And when it comes to how this theory fails, there's a few of them. The criticism of the model. And when it comes to the failures of this theory, the book talks about that there's criticism of the model because of their assumption that all individuals pass through the same 6 stages in order as they form this identity. So this, like I said previously, that you have to go from one stage to the next, and some people might not do them individually like that, or might not do all 6 stages like this indicates. Then there's also the assumption that individuals must pass through activist stage, which is 5, to achieve identity synthesis, which I would agree with that, that it's a failure for that, because there are certain stages someone might not do, but go to the next one. And I think the stage 5 is something that one that would identify as gay or lesbian would skip or potentially skip. And I think this is a very interesting theory, classifying as a heterosexual. I'm sometimes not able to understand how others feel, so I asked some of my friends how they have been inappropriately talked to based on their sexual orientation. I have one friend that classifies or identifies as bisexual, and she says that the people in the lesbian community look down upon her sometimes because she is bisexual, and they just treat her differently than they would if she was just a lesbian. And then I have a friend that also, he does drag, and he identifies as gay, and he's been called multiple things, faggot, queer, and someone actually said to him the other day, some kind of he-she woman outside of the Rocky Horror was just in full drag. And I think it's interesting how people classify, or what people say about others based on how they appear and how they identify. And then I also have a friend that's a lesbian, and people call her freak, carpet muncher, and so there's a lot of stereotypes and hatred, I guess you would say, when it comes to people with different sexual orientations that are not, I guess you would say, your social norm. Well, that's all I have for everybody tonight. I hope you have a great Halloween, and please excuse my hair. It is a part of my costume. Have a great night. Bye.